Appearance. It appears in the manifestation. 9/11 happens.
And does it have any significance?
None at all.
What is the mind that you're referring to?
The mind is one minding. The mind is actually simply thoughts that arise. So a thought arises, then a thought arises, then a thought. There is no such thing. We tend to turn the mind into some sort of thing on its own, which has its own volition. There's simply a stopping and looking at the mind, and I'm not suggesting you do this because we're back into somebody doing it. But when stopping and seeing the mind happens, what is seen is a thought, and a thought, and a thought.
Happening.
Happening, apparently.
Hi, Tony. Is oneness just tormenting us?
You are oneness. There is, here we go again. Is oneness out there tormenting us? The oneness is torment. Torment is oneness. Oneness stands there saying, is oneness tormenting me? You are oneness. There is only oneness. It's chewing gum. It's standing laughing.
Sometimes it seems funny, and sometimes it just seems crazy.
Oh, to the mind, what is being said here is absolute craziness. It is absolute craziness.
Feels like there's nothing to stand on.
This is nothing. Arising is everything.
Thank you.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, yeah.
It occurs to me, I wanted to check this out. Could it be that dogs and cats have already got this point of view you're talking about?
All there is being, and being is catting, being is dogging, being is flowering, being is walling, being is stepping, being is Tony Parsoning.
Good, I have some models to follow now, thank you.
Okay. You're going to follow your cat from now on. I'll tell you what, your cat's a better teacher than most teachers.
Thank you.
Well, in order to avoid going off the deep end, some of us...
Going off where? The deep end?
Yeah.
Right.
Some of us, at least myself, think, well, is this individual telling me something that is totally unique, or have other people through history had the similar vision? How can we really verify that your orientation is valid?
No, you can't.
No way.
There's no individual here, incidentally, expressing this.
There's no what?
There's no individual here expressing this. This is nothing speaking to nothing.
Well, I hope to get something out of that. Do you have any words of reassurance? I mean,
No.
No.
I can't reassure. There's no hope.
No hope. Thanks.
Okay.
Hi, Tony. I just wanted to say that your book, this divine puppet or whatever this is, loved your book. And particularly the metaphor about how we're a character in a novel and we're not the author. And that made, there's just something about it that makes this life so much easier and so much more.
Yeah.
It made a big difference.
Yeah.
So, or whatever, it's just.
Okay, I just want to be absolutely clear with you. There is no author.
I get that.
There
there's
is no
author.
destiny.
Right.
There's nothing out there writing this. There's nothing going anywhere. All there is this. But it's a freedom that to the mind is frightening because it's boundless. Somebody from America sent me an email. how dare you offer so much freedom? I'm angry with you, and isn't that ridiculous? It's a freedom that is frightening to the mind.
This body-mind likes it, seems
Right.
to like it, and gets freedom from it.
Yeah.
You know, so this whole exchange seems like kind of a tease to me, and it's funny, and
Yeah. Oh, it's very funny.
yeah, it's, and I'm lighter because of it, and just, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. So thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anything that this being can do to facilitate this realization? I'm afraid to ask this
It's
question.
lovely. Next question. That's the problem. That's the dream. That's the dream, that there is an individual who can do something. There's never been an individual who can do anything. Nothing has ever been done. Nothing is being done right now. And doing is simply happening. There's nobody in this room doing anything. There's nobody sitting here. All there is this, life happening. So why would you need to do anything about it when already this is the case? Look, why do you need to do anything? It's being done. It's the divine, that is the divine expression. When you walk away from there, this is the divine expression. It doesn't need to be any better or worse. You don't have to walk away more slowly or more in a state of awareness, or feeling every footstep to its minutest. Just, it's beautiful just as it is. That's the end. Bang. Whatever you think you've done in your life, you've never done. Everything that's happened in your life is divinely appropriate, has been divinely appropriate. And everything that you think you will do, in the dream, is also still divinely appropriate. And there's nowhere you can go to get away from oneness. There is only that.
Thank you.
Oh, I have been so exhausted in this life searching for meaning.
Yeah, it wears you out.
This is such a great relief. I feel like tons have been just thank you.
You did it.
Is there any future?
There's no.
Thank you.
Hi, Tony.
Hi.
It's hard to formulate a question. You may have already talked about this, but because I went outside to make a phone call, no person went outside to talk to nobody. But did you talk about? Have you talked about in this song, this gathering, your series of awakenings that you had? That
Can I talk about?
Have you talked about? Maybe I missed it, but can you talk about what brought you to this realization?
The dropping away of the idea that there was anyone there that could be awakened.
Mm-hmm. Could you talk about that? Or
No.
have you talked about that?
It just happens. There was somebody walking across a park who thought they could be awakened. Mm-hmm. And then the idea that they could be awakened fell away, and there was being, oneness, whatever you like, whatever word suits. Thereafter, there was still a moving out of being and being, and there was still someone there with the idea that oneness could be attained, or there could be a preparation in this for that oneness to be more permanent. That was the divine misconception. And later on, apparently later on, there was the beginning of a communication of this in a book called The Open Secret. And as that book was being written by no one, there was a realization that there never had been anyone, and that there was no one who could attain that which already is. Mm-hmm. So then there was what you would call a residing in oneness, but that is inexpressible. Yeah. There was nothing left but life was happening. Mm-hmm. The difficulty is that for many people, there's an approach